Hello, my friends. Thank you for joining me today at the PUNLA Coffee Table Heroes. So grab your coffee and your tea and get comfortable around our PUNLA coffee table so we can have a talk. Today, I'd like to introduce you to a PUNLA Coffee Table hero, Blaise Pascal. Let me take a quick look at the Bible timeline. As you can see, Pascal was born in 1623 and died in 1662 at the very, very young age of 39 years old. He was a French mathematician, physicist, inventor, philosopher, writer, and theologian. But during his lifetime, he was without a doubt one of the smartest people to ever live. He invented the first digital calculator called the Pascaline in 1639 at age 16. Can you imagine that? His concepts of measuring pressure and calculating probabilities are still the foundations used today. I'm an engineer and I use these fundamentals in my work routinely. He grew up as a Roman Catholic, but over the years he became more and more evangelical, believing in salvation by grace, not works. Beyond this considerable contributions, or I should say beyond his considerable contributions to science and mathematics, physics and philosophy, he is credited with some of the most amazing quotes. And I want to share just a few of them with you today. Please research these on your own. Research Pascal. He had an amazing life and the things that he did. You may recognize some of these quotes. Pascal is credited as first saying all of these. This is one. There is a God-shaped vacuum in the heart of every man, which cannot be filled by any created thing, but only by God, the Creator, made known through Jesus. How beautiful is that? I've used this illustration myself over the years, but I never understood that it came from Pascal. I only just learned this recently as I studied this Christian hero. His contributions to our faith and my faith are just amazing. Or how about this one? Either Christianity is true or it's false. If you bet it's true and you believe in God and submit to Him, then if it's true, you've gained God, heaven, and everything else. If it's false, you've lost nothing, but you've had a good life marked by peace and the illusion of ultimately everything makes sense. Now, if you bet that Christianity is not true and it's false, you've lost nothing. But if you bet that it's false and it turns out to be true, you've lost everything, and you get to spend eternity in hell. How true is that? The atheist has no comebacks for this one. The question is, what are you betting on? I'll bet on Christ and have a great, satisfying life of peace. And if it's true, then great for me. If it's false, it's still great for me. And of course, I know it's true. Well, how about this one? This next one made me stop and think for a while, so let me share it with you. In faith, there is enough light for those who want to believe, and enough shadows to blind those who don't. I heard a version of this in a sermon a while back, and I had to research the origins because I thought it was such an amazing quote. I was amazed that it came from Pascal. What a profound and insightful phrase it really is. God never overrides our will. If our will is to find God, He shines His light. If our will is to deny God, His shadow is going to blind us from the truth. What an amazing, amazing thing. This one, it just made me smile as I thought about this profound truth Pascal captured so concisely. So here it is. And I quote, "There are only three types of people: those who have found God and serve Him, those who have not found God and seek Him, and those that live not seeking or finding Him. The first is rational and happy, the second unhappy and rational, The third, foolish and unhappy. I mean, notice only those who serve God are happy, and it's kind of right to the point. The cure for unhappiness is the source of happiness, Jesus. I think the next one sounds more like a modern saying and something from the great preachers of our day. So listen to this, and I'll quote, "Truth is so obscure in these times, and falsehood so established, that unless we love the truth, we cannot know it." I mean, remember, he wrote this in the early 1600s. What would he think of our post-truth era that we live in today? I'm going to quickly read a couple of more just to let you know. So, quote, "Not only do we not know God except through Jesus Christ, we don't even know ourselves except through Jesus Christ." Or this one, and I quote, "There are only two kinds of men, the righteous who think they are sinners and the sinners who think they are righteous." What a great quote. It really exposes the self-righteous tendencies that we have. Only two groups, those that know that they need God and those that arrogantly reject God. Now let's listen to this one. "Men despise religion. They hate it and are afraid it may be true." Or this one goes closely with it, so listen to this one. "Knowing God without knowing our own wretchedness makes for pride. Knowing our own wretchedness without knowing God makes for despair. Knowing Jesus Christ strikes the balance because he shows us both God and our wretchedness." As Christians, we know that it is only through Christ and his word that we can see ourselves as we truly are. Hopeless, broken, messed up sinners without Jesus. But with Jesus, we are made whole. And I like this one, and I quote, "Vanity of Science. Knowledge of physical science will not console me for ignorance of morality in the time of affliction, but knowledge of morality will always console me for the ignorance of physical science." I mean, this is a scientist saying this. The Christian life is the only console in the times of troubles. All the science and all the knowledge will not help us cope with our troubles. Only Jesus can do that. And some may, well, let me go back. So many of these quotes make you stop and think, like this one. "Kind words do not cost much, yet they accomplish much." I mean, how amazing is that? It's really, Jesus told us, love our neighbor as ourselves. If we use that principle, think how amazing it can be. Or this one, and I quote, It is impossible on reasonable grounds to disbelieve miracles." Pretty profound if you think about it. Because the world wants to disprove the miraculous, okay? It would mean they'd had to admit God exists. But there's no explanation other than disbelief. Pascal says, just because you think it's impossible does not make it impossible. That's not proof. Without evidence, you have to consider the possibility that miracles really, truly do exist. Or this one, and I quote, "Jesus is the God whom we can approach without pride and before whom we can humble ourselves without despair." And I'm truly glad of this. We can pour out ourselves to our God without any fear of reprisal or that he's going to make fun of us. He's going to accept us the way we are. I think every one of these quotations are amazing. And there are many, many more. I found several websites with more than 154 Christian quotes from Pascal, not to mention his philosophy and his scientific quotes. I mean, truly an amazing Christian hero. God has used his words to encourage countless Christians over the past 400 years, and I'll include myself with those. I'll include a few links under this message if you want to learn more about our PUNLA Coffee Table Hero, Blaise Pascal. And I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about Pascal today. Maybe not what you would think of when you think of a Christian hero, but he's very noteworthy. Most of the Christian heroes we think about are the ones that have died for their beliefs. But we should also remember the heroes like Pascal. We can learn so much from their insights and their lives. Blaise Pascal, PUNLA Coffee Table Hero. And so let's close with a prayer. Lord, thank you for allowing us to get to know Pascal. His writings inspired by you inspire us. Thank you for creating people like this who can put thought to words in ways that help us understand you more. Thank you so much for the tools and technology that you've given us so that we can learn and study with ease and understanding these amazing people. Help us to discern what is from you and what is from the world, O Lord. Thank you for the time and this study. And I pray these things in your name, Jesus, as usual. Amen. So, next time on the PUNLA Coffee Table Heroes, we're going to be learning about John Wycliffe, one of my favorite Christian heroes. Thank you for joining me today at the PUNLA Coffee Table for Coffee Table Heroes. And if you like this message, press like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to our channel. It does help our ministry. And then, of course, you can leave comments here on our website, or you can email me directly. I welcome the feedback. It helps me grow as a Christian. And as we do these workshops and discussions together, this is God's activity, and I want to try to honor Him with whatever it is that we discuss around the PUNLA Coffee Table. So until next time at the PUNLA Coffee Table, God bless everyone.